I had to learn to fight alone. And because of that, I am strong alone. I am strong. Full stop.
The first step to changing your life, changing your mind. It's like adjusting the sails to navigate the seas of opportunity. Success is no accident. It's a result of intentional, positive thinking. You can't hit a target you can't see, so envision your goals clearly. Embrace change, for it's the pathway to growth. Failure isn't final unless you let it be. Remember, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Feed your mind with knowledge and surround yourself with those who uplift you. Your attitude determines your altitude, so aim high. Go out there and embrace change with open arms. It's your ticket to a life beyond your wildest dreams. Let's get real. Change ain't for the faint-hearted. It's for the bold, the determined, the hungry. You can't reach greatness with a mediocre mindset. Your mind is your GPS, and if you're heading in the wrong direction, recalibrate it. Pain is temporary. It's the price you pay for success. Embrace the grind, the early mornings, the late nights. Say goodbye to excuses. They're holding you back. Turn your fear into fuel and your setbacks into comebacks. Remember, champions don't whine, they grind. Change your mind, change your narrative, and you'll change your life. Your past doesn't dictate your future, your hustle does. Now go out there, Roz, and take what's yours. And it's time to make a change.
Fail big. Today's the beginning of the rest of your life, so do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test with 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals. And understand that to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency. You have to work at it every day. You have to plan every day. Hard work works.
Please remember one, you only lose when you give up. Remember this. Remember this over and over again. You only lose when you give up. If you do not give up, you will win from the most incredible position. The fight is in the mind. It's not physical, it's in the mind. As long as the mind refuses to accept defeat, each setback will give you an opportunity to analyze yourself. Where did I go wrong? It's an opportunity. Remember, crisis is an opportunity to evaluate yourself. Where did I go wrong? Correct that, pick yourself up, you again move on, and you will find that you will get stronger. Each time you pick yourself up, you come back stronger. This is what the human being is. The Almighty made us Ashraful Makhlukat. We are His greatest creation. But only, as Iqbal said, to become the Shaheen, you have to break the chains. This chain of, the moment you say it's impossible, it's impossible. And whatever you can dream, remember this, whatever you can dream, you can achieve. If you can visualize something, you can achieve it.
I got my work ethic from was the hours I had to spend learning this. When you sit down and you're not smart, and you have a disability, and you still want to be at the top of your class, I just want to get by. But I realized that I can learn through hard work, and I can beat the valedictorian in school if I got put in 10 hours more a day than he does. You know what kind of strength comes from that? When you're sitting down, that guy that valedictorian studied for an hour, and you know I caught you, but I have the work ethic to catch you. That's where David Goggins got really invented, was at a kitchen table with 20 spiral notebooks that were empty. And then 3 months later, they were full. And when you can go through that, I still have them in my storage room. You go through these spiral notebooks of your life, and you're like, this is how I learned. This is unbelievable. There's no miles. It's not about the miles. It's that. Having the discipline every day to say, for me to learn this one math problem, it's going to take me 10 hours. And that's where and you realize through hard work, you can outwork anybody, no matter how badass they are. That's the part people don't want to dive into.
The first rule of success is to have a vision. You see, if you don't have a vision of where you go, and if you don't have a goal where you go, you drift around and you never end up anywhere. It's like you can have the best ship in the world, you can have the best airplane in the world. If the pilot or the captain doesn't know where to go, it would just drift around. It will not end up anywhere, or most likely in the wrong place. So I was very fortunate that I stumbled onto my vision. I mean, as you know, I was born in 1947 in Austria after the Second World War. And I didn't really like Austria when I grew up. I couldn't wait to get out of there. I couldn't see myself becoming a farmer or a worker in a factory or anything like that. Even though my parents wanted me to stay there and have a normal life. My father wanted me to become a police officer like he was. My mother wanted me just to stay there and marry a girl with the name of Heidi, hopefully, and have a bunch of kids and run around like the Van Trapp family in The Sound of Music. But that was their vision, not mine. My vision was totally different. I felt that I was born for something special, for something unique, for something big.
You got to take ownership of what's going on in your life. When you're not where you want to be, and you say it's because the boss doesn't like you, or it's because the girl treated you this way, or the guy did this, like all those things, you got to take ownership of it. And if you're blaming all of these other external things, you're not going to make any changes, and that's going to be a problem.
Regardless of how you feel, you've got to execute on your mission. You don't give yourself the option to take it easy. You don't make excuses. You don't blame anything, any person, because this is your life. You're the one who's responsible.
Do you think Michael Jordan was interested in just being a basketball player? Do you think Kobe Bryant was just interested in winning championships? Do you think Tom Brady is just interested in being an NFL quarterback? Your mindset has to change right now. Interested is a fucking hobby. That's what interested is. That means you can't make a decision. If you want to win, you want what's next, you can't be interested. You have to be obsessed. Winners don't cut corners. Winners don't avoid problems. Winners don't make excuses. Winners do whatever the f*** they've got to do to be a winner.
They never stop. They do what they know they gotta do and go even further. They break through the mental barriers people make up in their mind. They stick to the task for as long as it takes to get whatever the hell they want. They don't give up what the weather's like, what time it is, what day it is, what's going on in the rest of the world. They focus purely on the task at hand, and they nail it to the very best of their ability every single time, every single day.
If you set your own value of what you believe about yourself, if you think that you're worthless, if you're not very good at it, other people pick that up.
It doesn't matter what lifestyle you have. It doesn't matter what walk of life you have. No matter what you do, if you allow excuses to tell you what to do, then ultimately the excuses have more authority. So get up, work hard, put some effort into what you want out of life, because all you have is you. All you have is what you have inside. Don't wait for somebody to tell you what to do. You know what you need to do. Get out there and get it done, because that's ultimately what it's going to take. You have to have the courage, the will, and everything you have inside to get to the level and beyond the level you want to be. Life does not stop until they put you on the ground, my friend.
Don't wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow may never come. Start today. Start now. Start being who you're supposed to be and doing what you're supposed to do now.
Time is running out on you. There are only 86,400 seconds in a day. And you got to not only operate in them, you got to do it fast. You have to quit being so casual. You got to work like your life depends on it, because it does.
If you stay consistent, you can do what many think to be impossible for one person. A person can move mountains given enough time, enough energy, enough persistence, enough discipline, enough consistency. All it takes is you getting up and doing those things you know you got to do without any interruption, without any deviation, without anything getting in the way. You don't leave room for your feelings to get a say in whether you execute or not. No, you do what needs to be done without any internal debates. You keep your focus on that thing you want, and you don't allow anyone or anything to pull you away from it.
So what kinds of things, what kinds of thoughts are you feeding your consciousness? What kind of things are you putting in your mind that will enable you to either move forward or to justify why you're staying where you are?
Things just don't go your way. That's not the way the world works. You gotta make them go your way. You think things are gonna just go your way? Well, they're not gonna just go your way. You think things are gonna just happen for you? Well, they're not just gonna happen for you. You gotta make them happen. Guess what? That's the way life is. You don't have enough time. You gotta make time. It's not just gonna happen. You gotta make it happen. Go make things happen.
Know what you want. What do you want in your marriage? What do you want with your son and your daughter? What do you want in your health? What do you want financially? Like, how much money do you want to make a year? What do you want to drive? How do you want to live? Stop just waking up like an accident. What do you want? And then once you find out what you want, spend the rest of your natural life waking up and going after it. The reason why I speak with so much passion, E.T., why do you speak with so much authority? Because I'm talking about my life, not something that I read. I ate out of trash cans. I had no business eating out of trash cans. I lived in an abandoned building. I had no business living in an abandoned building. But E.T., your daddy wasn't in your life. Your mom was a teenage mother. You grew up, come on, E, look at your shirt. That's not an excuse. There is no excuse for not living up to your fullest potential. No excuse. I told you, I didn't get a new daddy. I didn't get a new mama. What changed? I changed. And I stopped being a victim. I stopped saying, I've got to wait for good things to happen to me. And I said, I'm going to grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press forward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power. Every single day, I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim. Now, let me say this before I move forward, and I can't explain it, but you better feel me. Winners win and losers lose. I can't explain it any better than that. I don't know how it happens, but winners win. And if you create a culture of losing, if you keep being a victim, if you keep letting losing happen to you, if you keep letting people do you and treat you any kind of way, it's going to become a culture. I live in America. I'm an African-American male. They don't treat us the same. It's something called racism. I ain't going to cry about it. It's probably going to be racism to the day I die, but I'm not going to cry about it. I'm still going to be a millionaire. I'm still going to be one of the top motivational speakers in the world. What does Ryan Seacrest, Tom Cruise, Oprah, Steven Spielberg, Donald Trump, Joan Rivers, Warren Buffett, Gordon Ramsay, Michael Jordan, Kobe, Tim Tebow, they all have one major thing in common. These people hammer. They beat it to death. Okay, look at Tom Cruise, man. Look at his career. He works constantly. So look, you want to get your work ethic so high that people actually admire you. I'm going to ask you a question right now. Do people know you because of your unbelievable work ethic? If you can't answer yes to that, man, you're not going to get in that top 10%. You got to get to the top. People need to know you for one major thing first. He works. He produces. The guy's there every day. The guy's pushing and shoving. Because the truth is, no matter how good your ideas are, how good your art is, or how good your skill set is, if you're not working, man, if you're not vibrating at a frequency that people say, my God, how does that guy do all that? If you're not vibrating at that rate, 10x levels, massive action.
If you are in this game, you are a slave to your moods. You are a slave to your passions.
I wish there was a magic wand that I could wave, that your passion, your dream, that thing you want to achieve, it could just happen, but it can't. Hard work is required.
It's time to come face to face with yourself in the mirror. And
And ask yourself, how much more can you take? Because what hurt you, what tried to cripple you and kill you only made you strong. You have the capacity to whatever comes up, to handle it, to face it. And rather than feeling powerless, you begin to feel powerful. My content creators, my entrepreneurs, my musicians, come on, my keynote speakers, my captains of industries, my CEOs, from the captain to the cashier, there is more in you. Stay-at-home father, stay-at-home mother, lawyer, doctor, hygienist, author. I don't know who you are, where you're from, but there's more in you. You may be hurting, maybe dying on the inside. Still got life left.
I get sick and tired of people telling me how bad they want it, yet their actions don't back up that statement.
Obsession is wanting something so bad that I go to bed with, I wake up to it, I make whatever sacrifice, I grind, I can't live without it. You gonna get anything, you will have to pay the price. There is a price tag to greatness. You will have to work for every single thing you get. And you gotta work every single day. You gotta wake up every day and work.
Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny.
When you said, I'm all in, were you really all in? Let me tell you what the cost of being all in is. Early mornings, late nights, being misunderstood, having very few friends, being your own cheerleader. Are you those things? People always talk about, oh, you gotta work smarter and not harder. No, you gotta work smarter and you gotta work harder.
You can't work out without purpose. We need to get into our dress for the wedding. Summertime's coming, so you want to look all good. Our high school reunion's coming up, so you gotta lose weight. The biggest purpose in life isn't all that shit. It's how you respect yourself, how you look at yourself. That's an everyday fucking journey. So every day you should be getting after it. We look at determination, self-discipline. We look at hard work. All these terms almost like we dread them. It was like a fucking punishment. Those are the biggest words of all time as far as respecting yourself. So don't look at them as dread and punishment. Look at those words as a lifestyle. Stay hard.
You need one day off? Okay, fine. But don't take it today. Put that day off in the bank for when you really need it. When the car breaks down, or when the water heater floods the basement, or when the kids are sick, or the dog runs away, or you have to pull a triple shift at work. But today, no. Fit it in. Make it happen. Full force of will. Make it happen. Don't be.
We're all being tested in life. In life, it's not about failing. Failing is everything. It's about keeping the fucking motivation. Keep moving forward. Stay with that path. And keep this faith.
Well, I remember when I was 18, 19, 20, some old players speak with me, but I put that as Cristiano, you have to improve. They know more than you, they are more experienced than you, they pass through many bad moments. But the other people, they don't accept that. If you criticize a young, I don't say this generation, our players, but in general, I have kids, I know. Sometimes when you be a little bit harder, they do the opposite. You have to find the right balance to speak with them. But in my opinion, the main point is they should coming from inside you. You should be proud of yourself and look in the mirror and say, listen, I give everything. And I think all of us, we should do that. Because new year, we change the page, we have many things to win, we have to believe on that. If not, it will be a nightmare. I'm always speak with my friends and we have a chat about football, the games, and they all speak about the system, but the system is useful if the mentality it's not there in the pitch. This is why I say we have a long way to improve, because for me the most important thing is for you to look yourself and say, I can do it better. I can help the team much more. The system is important. Yes, it's important. Everything is important. The small details make the huge difference in the end of the day. But for me, the most important thing is the mentality.
I know what it's like to be when you got to fight so hard because you felt deep in your heart that you were behind and you had to win that round. That's a horrible feeling to have. You know, that's a horrible feeling to have to fight under. So you have to remember never to ever put yourself in that position, because you put yourself in that position. Don't put yourself in that position, you know what I mean, by accident. Don't be in there on purpose, you know. Don't put that actually, this is where I'm gonna put myself in. But I know that after every fight is a learning experience. I'm sure you'll critique yourself later when you watch the tapes and stuff, you know. And every win, regardless of good or bad win, it gives you more confidence, you know. More confidence. What he did today, that was fighting today, because fighting is endurance. The guy knocking the guy out in 10 seconds, that's not fighting. That's beating him to the punch. You know what I mean? But when you're putting in that time and you guys are fighting, you're thinking, and you're like in the last round, was really where you were desperate the last round and you wanted to win. You never feel desperate because you make mistakes. You know what I mean? You never make mistakes. Always feel you're ahead and always just do your job. Just concentrate on what you're doing. You never let your feelings get involved. You know, they say never let your feelings involved, but I'm so emotional. You know what I mean? That's just who I am. I'm an emotional guy, and that's just where I get my passion from. What I've learned late in life that you can change your mind or your life whenever you want to. You could turn into a jerk today. You say, I'm gonna be a jerk for the rest of my life. We're all fighters here, but we fight for a living, but that's not who we are. We're playboys, we're gangsters, we're tough guys. We can be whatever we want now. We got money. We can do that. Fighting is a sport. If you're not humble, it's gonna bring humbleness to you. That's why fighting is fun. You know, fighting is not fun when you're getting hit all the time.
Your mind can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. It's your choice. Change begins with a simple decision backed by courage. Don't let hesitation rob you of your dreams. The 5-second rule: apply it to your excuses, not your actions. You are not your past. You are the potential of your future. Embrace change, even when it's uncomfortable. Growth lies outside your comfort zone. Break tasks into small steps and act upon them. Celebrate progress, not just the end result. Remember, change isn't a one-time event. It's a daily commitment. Start today, and bit by bit, your new mindset will shape a new reality. The quality of your life is a direct result of the quality of your thoughts. If you're not getting the results you desire, it's time to change your mind. Awaken the giant within you and tap into your limitless potential. Remember, the past does not equal the future unless you allow it to. Embrace change like a close friend, for it's the catalyst to your evolution. Break free from your comfort zone and welcome discomfort, as that's where progress thrives. Model success and you'll achieve it. Visualize your dreams, set clear goals, and take massive action. Your mind is your most powerful tool. Use it to design the life you crave. So, are you ready to seize control of your destiny? Let me tell you, your mind is the battlefield where your dreams clash with doubts. Embrace change, for it's the only constant in life. Don't settle for mediocrity when greatness awaits you. Believe in your potential even when others doubt you. Remember, you have the power to sculpt your destiny. Reframe your setbacks as setups for comebacks. Change starts with your thoughts. Feed your mind with positivity, discard self-limiting beliefs, and watch your life transform. It won't be easy, but nothing truly worthwhile ever is. Embrace the discomfort of change, for that's where growth flourishes. Today, make a pact with yourself to change your mind, and you'll change your world.
Monday morning motivation. That's what the fuck this is right now. All right, look, man, wake up. Wake y'all asses up. And not only wake up, but wake up with the mindset of being better than you were last week. If you wake up this week and you're not trying to be better than you were last week, then go back to fucking bed. Lay your ass back down.
People always ask me what I hate. I don't hate much, but there's one thing that I do hate. One thing that I do hate is a talker.
person that talks about what they're going to do constantly. I'm about to do this. Hey, man, you know what I'm going to do? Hey, wait till I do. Stop talking. Just do it. Actions speak louder than words, man. Don't nobody want to hear no hypotheticals all damn day. Take your hypothetical almost could have happened but didn't do it ass and go sit down. Be a doer. Go shock somebody, man. Show up with results. Are you that type of person? If not, man, then try to become. Message over.
Yo, up early on this beautiful Sunday morning, getting it in. While running, I had somebody stop me and say, Kevin Hart, why are you working out so hard? What are you training for? The answer to that question was not a goddamn thing. I told myself I'm training for myself, brother. At the end of the day, I'm in competition with me, nobody else. I make my own records, I break my own records. I'm trying to be the best person I can possibly be. At the end of the day, every day is the beginning of a new day.
Represent hard work, determination, motivation. I think without a doubt, if anything else, by watching me, it's simply an example of hard work pays off.
That's it.
What you put into your craft, you can get out to it if you put 110% into it. And I'm just an example of that.
I'm on my job right now. Not the time to stop over this overpass. So y'all can see cars going north and south. Well, guess what? I go east to west sometimes. You know why? Because I like to break shit up. I'm a groundbreaker. God damn it. If you about this life to shake shit up, don't do what they expect you to do. Do the unexpected. That's how winners win. That's how great people become great. Because they do what you don't expect us to do.
In people's lives, there's only maybe half dozen, 7, 8 categories that really matter. Most people, they major in minor things. They focus on stuff that doesn't matter. They know more about this celebrity going in and out of rehab than they do about their own personal development. But I if you look at your body, without that, everything else is out the door. You don't want to be richest man in the graveyard. That's not going to do it. If there is energy, if there's vitality, if there's strength, it's going to show up in your relationship. It's going to show up in your business, show up in your life. That's an area you got to master. You can't dabble. It's too important. Emotions are everything. I mean, you got a ton of money, you got everybody loves you, and your primary emotions are pissed off and frustrated, then your life's pissed off and frustrated. It doesn't matter if you got $1 billion or 1 million people loving you. Your life is not great. Relationships, intimate relationships especially. It's where the most juice in life comes from. It's where the most pain comes from most people. It's worth mastering instead of dabbling. Really looking at what are you going to do with your time and mastering your time. Instead of having a checklist, you cross it all off. You can mistake movement for achievement. I want to squeeze out of that time what matters, that creates value for me and for everyone I care about and love. What about your career or your business and the mastery of that instead of dabbling? Most businesses are dabblers. That's why they don't make it.
I won titles, I had everything in the world, but I still had that darkness in me. I had hundreds of millions, I had money, but I still had that darkness in me. That darkness wasn't out of me yet. And I got in a whole bunch of trouble. I got involved with people who had made me no good. And I lost a lot of money. I kept getting lawsuits. Lawsuits this, lawsuit here, lawsuit here. Most of my money I tricked off on lawsuits. You know what I mean? You could listen. If I spend $250 million on girls and trips and clothes, that's nothing to what I did on lawsuits, okay? So they really got me good with those lawsuits, but I still didn't have peace. I still had that old darkness from back before. And then, because, of course, my father and mother, they're addicts, and I'm not fighting anymore, and I have nothing to do, why not I become an addict? Because that's just how it goes, right? So I become this addict now, because I always drank my whole life, never stopped drinking. And I became this addict. I've been getting in a lot of trouble. What happened? I had some kids from being an addict. I married some people during my addict stage.
And every day is not a good day. Everything is not all peaches and cream. But that's why the culture is so important. That's why when the culture is set, we know what we bring to it, and we know how we get down because we know what we're working for, and the purpose of it is greater than any individual. And so it leads me to believe the process of what we do is more valuable than the product of what we do.
And the product of what we do is the outcome, but what happens when the outcome changes? Can you be committed to the process of what you do without being emotionally attached to the result of what you do? I'm gonna say it so you can catch it again. Can you be committed to the process of what you do without being emotionally attached to the result of what you do? The process, when I say the process of what we do, I'm talking about understanding the mentality that goes with how you do anything is how you do everything. Like I guarantee you, you cheat once, you're gonna cheat again. I guarantee you make an excuse once, you're going to make an excuse again, but I'm going to tell you the problem with it. Here's the problem. You make an excuse and you cheat to a certain level to where it doesn't just affect you, right? Right off, you just make certain decisions, you don't really feel it. But what happens is, one day you're going to cheat or one day you're going to make an excuse, and it's going to affect a lot more than you. Until the point we realize what we're a part of, our existence represents a lot more than ourselves.